From the PEP Radio newsroom, these are the stories we are covering at this hour. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Noem on Sunday said that the Trump administration will soon expand immigration operations in Chicago, confirming plans for a stepped-up presence of federal agents in the nation's third-largest city as President Donald Trump continues to lash out at Illinois Democratic leadership. Noem's comments come after the DHS last week requested limited logistical support from officials at the Naval Station Great Lakes to support the agency's anticipated operations. The military installation is about 35 miles north of Chicago. We've already had ongoing operations with ICE in Chicago, but we do intend to add more resources to those operations, Noem said during an appearance on CBS's Face the Nation. Noem declined to provide further details about the planned surge of federal officers. It comes after the Trump administration deployed National Guard troops to Washington, D.C. to target crime, immigration, and homelessness, and 2 months after it sent troops to Los Angeles. The mayor of Chicago pushed back Saturday against what he called the out-of-control Trump administration's plan to surge federal officers into the nation's third-largest city, which could take place within days. The Chicago Police Department will be barred from helping federal authorities with civil immigration enforcement or any related patrols, traffic stops, and checkpoints during the surge, according to an executive order signed by Mayor Brandon Johnson. The mayor directed all city departments to guard the constitutional rights of Chicago residents amidst the possibility of imminent militarized immigration or National Guard deployment by the federal government. When asked during a news conference about federal agents who are presumably taking orders, Johnson replied, "Yeah, and I don't take orders from the federal government." A U.S. judge, at least temporarily, blocked the government Sunday from deporting a group of Guatemalan children who had crossed the border without their families after their lawyers said the youngsters were loaded onto planes overnight and in violation of laws affording protections for migrant kids. Attorneys for 10 Guatemalan minors ages 10 to 17 said in court papers filed late Saturday that there were reports the planes were set to take off within hours for the Central American country. But a federal judge in Washington said those children couldn't be deported for at least 14 days, and after a hastily scheduled hearing Sunday, she enforced that they needed to be taken off the planes and back to the Office of Refugee Resettlement Facilities while the legal process plays out. "I do not want there to be any ambiguity," said Judge Sparkle Suknanen, who said her ruling applies broadly to Guatemalan minors who arrived in the U.S. without their parents or guardians. Pudge the Cat has everyone purring on the Bowling Green football team. Retired NFL star and current coach Eddie George has some competition when it comes to being the most popular figure on Bowling Green, Ohio's football team. Pudge the Cat has become a social media sensation since receiver Finn Hogan put a video on TikTok that showed the feline inside the locker room at the Cebu Athletic Center. Since then, the big orange cat has racked up the shares and likes across multiple platforms and gotten shout-outs on the likes of Good Morning America. Pudge made his sideline debut Thursday night, complete with a cameo on ESPN as the Falcons defeated Lafayette 26-7. The 3-year-old exotic short-hair Persian belongs to long snapper George Carlson, who brought Pudge to the complex to lift the spirits of his Falcon teammates during an off day. "I enjoy just making people happy and putting smiles on people's faces. He's done that for me for so long, so I wanted to share that joy," Carlson said. And that's the news at this hour. If you are watching our news videos on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.